Hey everyone, Rapal here, and today doing that 5K Q&A I said I was going to do. So there's a few questions. We'll do some questions and I'll talk about some other stuff maybe. So let's see. First question is from Tronix, and he says, "Congrats! My question, what do you think about Garden of Banban?" And a second question, "Do you like Nintendo games?" Well, let's see. Garden of Banban, I think the first chapter kind of ruined it for me. Like, I didn't really think it was special. I really didn't like it. I thought it was just boring. It's like, ooh, you have a chase sequence at the end, and then you come across the big green guy. I don't know any of their names, except for Banban. But, yeah, I thought that was kind of a downer. It was a quick, like, you can get through it in, like, 5 minutes or something like that. I just got bored. And I was like, I'm not going to play the other chapters. Then I kind of forgot. And it didn't help that I watched some other people play. And usually when I watch someone play a game, I won't play it myself. Just because I already watched someone do it. I mean, I might play the game, but I won't record myself doing it anyway. I don't know, it's some kind of a psycho thing I have going on where, I don't know. I'm afraid if I watch someone's video and then I play and make a video on something I just watched, I might say something that another person has said. And I don't want to be a copycat or, ripping off of someone. So, yeah. But Garden of Banban, I guess it's okay. It's not my cup of tea. Second question, okay, Nintendo games. Well, I love Nintendo games. I have every Nintendo system except for the Virtual Boy. That's the only one I can't seem to get a hold of. I could. There's eBay. I just don't want to pay the price for it. For something that I probably will only play for like 5 minutes and then put into my collection. But I love Zeldas. I can't wait for the new one. That's, you actually play as Zelda. But I love the Zelda games. I like Mario games. Pokemon games. I've played just about every Pokemon game except for the last two in the series. Yeah, I just didn't have the need to want to play those. Plus, I played Pokemon Go a lot. Like, a lot. That took up a lot of my life. So, after that, I did the whole, what game came out after Pokemon Go? I can't remember now. But yeah, I didn't do the latest one and the one before. But I do like Nintendo games. That's actually the only system that I do not have put up into a box right now is my Nintendo Switch. Because I'll still play that. If I know I'm going on a trip or something, that's great to bring along. I like the games. So, yeah, that's it for that. So I guess, since talking about those games, every single one of my systems is in a box. And every game is in a box. Except for Nintendo Switch. Those are the only ones that I have out. I am rearranging my basement. I have a really, really big basement. We have a very long-shaped house. So the basement is just as long as the house is. And it's really no walls down here, except like one section is kind of sectioned up. They have like a wall. Like the bottom half is the wall, but then there's like this giant window for some reason. I don't know why they didn't finish it when we bought the house. But then when we had the water damage and we have to get all the walls redone, they still didn't do it. They made it exactly the way it was, which was sad because it's like, really? Really? And it's a funny thing, because it's leftover wall pieces. I had to pay for the supplies. That was part of the, it came from my insurance. Why couldn't they put it up? I don't know. But I snagged a few of those boards since they were going to return them anyway. Try to keep my money. Stuff. But yeah, I kept a couple of those wall panels, so I'm going to put them up myself. No biggie. But I can't wait. So I think I'm going to switch it so that my main area, because I now have to give up some of my basement because in a couple years, my oldest son is going to come down here and have a room. That's where I'm going to use those wall panels to finish the room for him. But I'm making one out of bookcases so I can put all my collectibles on it and everything. It's going to look pretty good. It's just taking me quite a while to do. But I'll have my games maybe in my section, or I'm thinking about putting them in his area because there's already a TV set up for him down here and a sofa. So I think I'll just have all my games still out on display, but in his area. Second question. This is from Phobos and Demos. Congratulations on reaching 5K. My, what's it like for you every day? Well, I don't know. I guess it's good, depending how you think of it. I love playing these indie horror games and doing the reviews on action figures and stuff. I get a kick out of it. I actually would buy the action figures because, well, one person one time commented, do I buy these just to make videos, or do I actually like them? And I like them. Me making the videos gives me a reason to buy them. Like an excuse, like, oh, I need to get this so I can do a review. Wink, wink. Really, it's just because I want it on a shelf. I actually don't do reviews on everything I open. Sometimes I flub it up so bad that I'm just like, I can't put that up. I can't put that video up. That's horrible. So I just put the figure on a shelf. And sometimes, recently, because of this whole basement thing, I've actually opened up, I've had maybe, I have a lot of figures that were still in boxes, and I still do. But I opened up all my Marvel, all my DC, all my Masters of the Universe, both the Origins and the Masterverse ones, just so I could finally get them out of the boxes and put them up, because there was a lot to have to bring in from the storage pod once they were done renovating the basement. And I just got tired of all the boxes. There's still a lot of boxes I got to deal with, but at least now most of my figures are up. I still have a ton of Star Wars. I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to doing a review on Star Wars figures, but maybe. I do have a new Ahsoka figure coming. The one from the Clone Wars? Something like that. It's a new one that I don't have. So when I get that, I might just do all my Ahsokas at once. But yeah, I love doing reviews, and the games are fun. I like playing the games. I used to like playing console games. Now, I like playing the small indie horror games because I don't have time to play console games like I used to. I could play Saints Row, Grand Theft Auto, Fallout. I could be playing these really long games. But now, I just don't. Not with having 3 kids and a full-time job and chores and stuff like that. It's too much. So I think playing the small indie games are great because I like doing it because it helps me relieve stress. And I like playing games anyway, so every day for me is pretty good. I mean, I can't always make a video. I wish I could. Sometimes I'll go through 6 games and either so many bugs in the game, or I find nothing redeemable about it. I just can't put a video up. And it's well, there goes 10 minutes of my day. Sometimes I've played games for some other indie games for an hour, 2 hours, and I've had to just scrap it because it was just getting I don't even know how I would edit a video like that. I'm not that great at this. I'm learning as I go, but I also get set in my ways, so I don't do too much editing. I just make small cuts here and there. If I'm running around in circles a lot trying to figure something out, I'll cut out that usually. It all depends. But yeah, some days it's easy for me to find a game. Certain developers, they'll put up a game, and I know, hey, I'm going to enjoy playing that. Other time, but then these other ones, And I used to go to Game Jolt for games. Not too often now. That's really for FNAF fan games. The actual FNAF fan games, not the adult-oriented ones. I get those from Itch.io or itch.io. I call it Itch.io just because it's easier to say than itch.io. I hate saying that. I do know it's itch.io, though. I do know what it's called. I just call it Itch.io. Yeah. some like on Game Jolt, some of them like you just look at the thumbnail and you're like, yeah, they put no effort in at all. I'm not playing that, but like I said, if I can't find something redeemable about the game I play, either it has to be some funny moments or bugs that just in the game that I'm like, oh, that's a cool bug. I like that. Or it has to be scary, which is hard because I don't really get scared in horror games anymore. Those days kind of passed from like the Dreamcast era. Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, stuff like that. I'm so desensitized. Once in a blue moon, a jump scare gets me. But that's rare. Alright, third question. So this one is from Whore Is Him. And he writes, how tall are you? How old are you? And what is the most scariest itch.io game you've played? Alright, I am not tall, I'm 5'2". But my wife is actually 1 inch shorter than me. I got lucky on that. How old am I? I just turned 40 a week ago. Yeah, 40. Oh, damn. But yeah, I don't feel 40. I feel, besides my back crapping out on me sometimes, I feel like I'm like 16, 17. I've never got out of that. Like, I feel youthful. I just don't have energy anymore because of my kids and work and stuff like that. But yeah, I still feel young. I guess that's the important thing, right? You're only as old as you feel. Until I throw my back out, which I've done that a few times. I actually threw my back out twice within 2 weeks. That sucked. Yeah, I went on a vacation to Nickelodeon Resort in, I think, the Bahamas. I have no idea where it was. My wife plans the things and I just go. But yeah, I remember getting a really, really bad sunburn. And as I was getting back to the hotel room, or the resort room, I sneezed. And when I sneezed, I threw my back out. It was horrible. I was stuck on the bed. But yet, because I secretly smoked cigarettes, well, I did, I would push through the pain to leave the hotel room and walk a distance away so I couldn't get caught. But yeah, and then I threw my back out the next week by coughing after it just healed itself. That was fun. And the scariest game from itch.io, that's tough. Like I said, I don't really get scared in games. I never feel the horror. But I have to say, recently, if I can think of any, I would have to say Clap Clap. Not because it was like scary. I don't know. The whole fact that you have to go into a dark room in order to turn the light on in there, that was just kind of one of those things like, oh boy, it could be in here, whatever this thing is. But besides Clap Clap, I would have to say another good contender is, Niven Hedinger from Appish Box Games. He makes some really good stuff. He likes doing Copper Cube. Yeah, Copper Cube. And those games all seem great that he makes. He puts a lot of effort and stuff into them. And another developer that I like is Aza Game Studio. He did a lot of the lost footage lost footage games, where you take control of a person going around these haunted places, or where there might be a killer, and it's all really good. Everything is like pretty much black and white, even if you don't turn on the black and white mode. The color mode, it's still pretty much black and white, it looks. Not a whole lot of detail, but very grainy. Yeah, it has ambient sounds that just randomly will happen. You'll get little jump scares here and there that happen out of nowhere. I think they're fun. There's a lot of good game developers. Lachlan Shelton, things he makes. Max Horror. Off the top of my head, that's really it. I also have a poor memory. Alright, and the last one is from Niven Hedinger himself. And let's see, it says here, congrats on 5K, man. You deserve the best, the most high numbers, and I am really happy for you. Hey, same to you. You do a lot of good work. His question is, which one is your favorite FNAF game? Not including the fan-made games. Alright, well, not including the fan-made games, I would have to say my favorite one is Security Breach. Because that's the only one I really played. I played the first one. I've played... Yeah, the first one. I've also played... I can't remember the name of it. The FNAF movie game. It was a joke game, but it was from Steel Wool Studios. It was supposed to be... They put a picture of the movie on, saying it was from there, but really it was just a side-scrolling game with a couple of... It was fun, though. But I have to say, Security Breach, it's first person. You get to run around, not point and click. That's what I like. I like being able to move around and avoid the animatronics, instead of having to point and click, and hopefully you get lucky on things. It seems like a lot of it is just luck-based. But, yeah, so Security Breach is my favorite. Of course, Ruin would be right over there, but I don't really consider Ruin a separate game. It's kind of like download content. I mean, I think it is downloadable content, not an actual game, because it's shorter. Yeah, but I like it. If I had to pick a fan game, that'd be tough, because there's so many. I like, from Monster Box, they're In Heat, Lustful Nights. Yeah, that's a great one. It's kind of the same concept of most of the Five Nights at Freddy games. You're in an office, you gotta look at cameras, you have little tasks you have to do sometimes, like something breaks, you gotta go and fix it, keep the girls out of the room. But I have to say, the game over screens are a lot better than FNAF. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this Q&A. For the 4 of you that gave me questions, thank you. I had a blast actually just doing some talking. And on that note, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.